Alright, this is part 3 for going to California. So, you're going to start on measure 7, 5th position. What I do, I kind of bar the 1st and 2nd strings here. Because if you look at your part, you're playing this A after every note. G, A, F sharp A, E, A, D, A. Just the A comes after every note. Now, the line is G, F sharp, E, D, E, F sharp. You're just kind of walking down the scale and back up, and then resolving on F sharp. Now, after every note, you'll hit this A though. What I do, in my right hand, I'll use P and M. P, M, P, M, P, M, P, M. So if I'm playing through this, one more time. And then you'll resolve, at measure 9, when the new section starts, just hit your G here. 8th fret, 2nd string, and then you'll get into the chords of the measure after that. So altogether you have hold that for 4 beats. Now the chords, so after the G it'll be measure 10. You have B, G, and an open G. Now the way you can play these, a number of different ways, but I start, it's almost like a D chord. You have your 2nd and 3rd finger like this, only up on B and G. And then I shift down for G, D, G. Now you could technically play them here. I just like playing them here to keep the tone very consistent with that open G, as well as on the top 2 strings, very, very bright sounding. So you kind of go back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to change your bass note to an open D and hit a D F sharp on top, and you move your 2 fingers up to F sharp A, just outlining a D chord. So that's like a measure 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you basically go back and forth. If these were, this is all part of a G chord, here and here, and then the D chord is here and here. That is measures 9 through 24. At 25 we get a new section. Now, at 24, the last chord was part of that D chord here. What you're going to do, move your 3rd finger down to a D, put your 2nd finger down on F. It's a D minor chord. So at 25, and then you shift here. It's a G chord, but it's like that D shape we've been talking about. 7th fret. Back to a D major. D, F sharp, A. The whole time too, I should say, have what we call a pedal tone, just a note that stays the same through the whole part. Our P finger is going to be plucking that low D through all these chords. So you have D minor, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D major, 2, 3, 4, D major again, 2, 3, then a D minor. All I gotta do is lift that pinky. Then back to G, 2, 3, 4, D major, 2, 3, 4. You get 4 of those, and you get soft at the last ones. Then 35, we're back to G and D chords, but there's some variation. Instead of playing them like how we had them down here and shifting back and forth, actually we're kind of taking apart the open chords. Now at 35, we're not playing this full G chord. We really just need our third and fourth finger down, but it's an easy way to visualize it is make a G chord, lift up those two fingers, because we're starting on a D. It's actually really good arpeggio practice too. Now 35, the way you count this, 1 and 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 4. Your rhythm is going to stay with that same pattern from 35 through 57. Changes at 58 with a chord. So one thing you can do is start with just the open strings. This will work on your right hand as well too. 1 and 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 4. Now I'm going P I M A M I. P I M A M I. 1 and 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 4. That kind of pattern. So the chords then, when you put them back in, we have this G. Do this for 4 measures. Then at 39 go to normal D chord. Same thing, you do it for 4 measures. Back to a G chord. Now, your chords are going to stay just like that from 35 all the way to 57, like we said. The same pattern, but also, or same rhythmic pattern, but also the same chordal pattern where you have a G chord, D chord, 4 measures on G, 4 measures on D, all the way through. Now, you can see here, I'm doing minimal work on my left hand to change. This third finger, we want to leave down. Just pivot on it. Those are very key to make it sound very smooth for this section. Then at 58, you kind of decrescendo and hold a D chord. That brings us to the new section at 59, where you got some big chords. Now you want to strum these. You can use your pinky, or I'm sorry, your thumb, your P finger. You can strum them. You could use your I finger and just kind of strike it too. Both of those work, but you want a nice big sound. Now at 59, you have D minor. So I'll kind of play through this. It's going to be D minor and an A7. So 59, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Then you go to the A7. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. Now at 67, yeah, 67, you go back to D minor, but you're going to leave an A in the bass, and you get some interesting chords here. You get a little bit of chromaticism inside of the chord. Going here and play this D with your fourth finger, because then you're going back, putting a C sharp underneath it. You're going to re-finger, so there's a C natural, and then you lift your first finger to give you an open B, and then do the A7 again. Let me play this part at 67. 1, 2, ready, play. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, A7. That kind of thing. And you can still see with your conductor what he wants, he or she wants. But you can either block these chords, or it's tough to strum them because we're coming from this low A. And you kind of end up with the D2, which isn't written. You could roll them, but I think it sounds good just to block these out. And that way it gives it some variation from what was it? 59. Alright, then the last section for you is at measure 82. It's a little tricky figure. You want to think of a D chord, because what you're going to be doing is either leaving your middle finger, your second finger down, bringing it up for an open E or an F sharp. Now at 82 you're going to come in on beat 4. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3. Really good section of practice with a metronome. And can you count it and say it out loud? That's key to getting this figure down. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 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 3. It's similar to figures we've seen before, or that we've heard before in other parts, but it's on a slightly different beat. So make sure you just count that. 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3. And then you'll hold this F sharp at 89 and let these ring out. So and then look for your conductor for the Q at the end, but you'll hit this D, A, and D here, nice and soft. And that's part 3.